Our story begins in the land of Engard. That's a little too close to England for my liking. Where our beloved hero, Airoheart. Sorry, I got distracted by the appearance of the main character. And to trigger a war using the power of the Dryode Stone. That reminds me, I need to get some clothes out of the Dryode. Engage in real-time combat. Fight your way through dangerous monsters in real-time combat. Did they need to say that twice? So I'll admit, I saw the cover of this, and the main character looked like one of those guys who just showed up at a convention in a closet cosplay. The native Elmer were fair, long-eared and haughty. Were they also bald and hunting wabbits? Again, Breton is a little too close to Britain for my liking. A Breton known as Carthagis. And that's another name that's a little too close to something else for my liking. Carthage, specifically. This reminds me of when I would write fantasy stories in, like, high school, early college. I would just take an existing name, rearrange the letters a bit, and call it my own. Ah, an Airoheart to the past. Yeah, the inspiration is very, very apparent. Well, the language certainly isn't antiquated. Those Britons been posting on TikTok again. Okay, so right away, movement feels kind of floaty. Look at the delay. That's nearly a quarter of a second delay on the inputs. That could be very bad later. My controller just vibrated, and I'm not sure why. You think they included something like in Link to the Past, where if you keep going after these things for too long, then a swarm of them comes after you? Or a flock, I should say. Oh yeah, you can't pick up stones yet. That's straight out of Link to the Past. That road is blocked. This one is not. And then... okay, there you go. Okay, so there is unique dialogue if you talk to them more than once, up to a certain point. Alright, the map should be... yeah, there you go. Jeez. Is it gonna do that every time I change zones or go into or out of a building? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, but almost 10 seconds. Oh, it actually is going to do this every time, huh? It's also picky about positioning when you talk to someone. The game has mixed reviews on Steam. Again, my controller just vibrated, and I'm not sure why. Alright, I'll check inside this one. Again, controller vibrated, not sure why. Oh, he just gets a sword. That's not dramatic at all. Excuse me? Okay, we have one sentence of background for them so far. And he's dead. Huh? My controllers won't stop vibrating. Hold on, I'm gonna hold them up to the microphone. You hear that? That's what's going on in my hands as they're going through all the parts of the journal. Oh, jeez. Completely original enemies. Yeah, I recognize this particular space from multiple Link to the Past areas. Even the stairs thing, jeez. God, everything seems so muted in this game. All the stuff you get, there's like zero fanfare for it. Those are gonna get annoying really fast, aren't they? Ugh. Excuse me. I'll admit I was hoping for something music and atmosphere-wise, maybe a little more upbeat for the first dungeon in the game. You know, it takes some of the mystery out of a sliding block puzzle when you can see on the ground that it's supposed to slide in a certain direction. Man, why were they hiding in such an obvious space? It wasn't that difficult getting here. Moon walks back into the dungeon. My God. They've made indestructible boxes. Okay, is anyone else really hoping we're near the end of this dungeon? I'm just saying with the tone they're setting and the music choice they made, like, I need something to happen. From 8 days before the last patch. Top one only made it to the 4th dungeon, and from the review, there are major glitches in the 6th and 9th dungeons. You can fall over a pit and get spawned over the same pit. Oh. Yeah, that's not so good. Not so fun. Oh, we're still talking. Alright, so I'm looking back at the description of this, and, engage in real-time combat, fight your way through dangerous dungeons in real-time combat. They need to add the word eventually. This was a Kickstarter game? Oh, I gotta look that up. I have a few questions about that. You don't really need Grandpa to say it's a rune staff after the explanation that it's a rune staff. In a game like this, if you can pare down the text a bit, you should. Okay, finally back in control. Now, I need to look something up. It's an Australian game! So the goal for this was only 15,000 Australian dollars. To put that into perspective, that is less than 10,000 US dollars. They name drop Legend of Zelda and specifically a Link to the Past in the description for this. They do advertise fully choreographed and animated story cutscenes, which, I mean, we're very early in the game, but those have not been doing it for me thus far. I am very disappointed that I am not being pecked to death yet. And then... there you go. I may have to turn up the volume on my TV, because some of the background music and ambience is just so low, it's barely audible to me. Okay, so at least the shield functions kind of differently from how it used to. Though that does kind of beg the question why this dude would just be strolling around a dungeon with the shield down all the time. I just realized something, hold on. Watch this. He moves forward slightly with the sword slashes. I was wondering why I was getting hit. It's because he keeps stepping into the enemy. And that is where the delay is annoying. Very annoying. Oh, geez, and now... see, it's original because it's not floor tiles, it's books. Wait a minute, have I already been here? Helpful as always. Oh, okay. Not not the boss key. Kobold Tech key. Yep, same death animation. I couldn't see it because the pot was blocking it. I see what they're trying to do with the floor traps, but it really just slows down the pace of the game, which this game really does not need. Klaatu Varata Nikto, let's go. Well, they at least tried with that boss fight. Like, I couldn't just be completely brain dead the entire time it was going on. Also, they just stole Aghanim's lightning attack. I haven't been playing this for an hour and a half yet. Gee, it feels like... I thought I was gonna finish the dungeon and look at the timer and be over 2 hours at least. Like, even there, we defeated a boss, and it feels like there was extremely muted fanfare for everything that happened. Oh good, is this another 5 minutes of talking? Telekremor sounds like a cable company that got bought out by, like, Spectrum. Now, don't tell us everything you know. I don't know how long we're gonna be here if you do that. Wait, if you trap him in the stone and then you break the stone, wouldn't that cause him to break the... Never mind, I'm thinking about this too much. Let me get this straight. You imprison him in the stone. And then you broke the stone. And now if you put the stone back together, he suddenly won't be imprisoned in the stone? Someone played Link to the Past and said, there's not enough text in this. The fuck even are these names? Either key smash names or fantasy name generator names. You play I assume you're talking about FF7 Rebirth, and no, I am not playing that. Wait, Magic Shoelaces. Okay, I did read that correctly. Magic Shoelaces. Not the whole boot, just the shoelaces. Oh, now we're borrowing from other Zelda games. Although there's a delay on it, so you can't just keep doing it over and over. Oh, it's another cutscene. You know, alright. Someone go to Can You Pet the Dog and do a search for Airoheart. Come on. Alright, jeez. Time it takes to just load a house. And now we'll get another 10 seconds of loading for the overworld. Well, this is at least something different. Okay, never mind. It's just picking where you want to go and then teleporting there. No, I thought it was going to go a different direction. God. Just... I mean, when you account for the time at the beginning of the stream, we're still not over an hour and a half yet. Okay, when he threw the pot, he did that automatically. I did not tell him to do that. You know, this has a different connotation after playing Legend of Mana. I realize this is very late in the game to be saying it, but whoever watches this, do not play the load time drinking game. Part of me is tempted to go back and calculate how much time I've spent waiting for things to load, but the other part of me that has to edit the video doesn't want to do that at all. I want to make it to at least 2 hours streamed. I'm gonna make it. What? Oh, okay, what was that? Why does the hero look like an SNK fighter? That might be giving him a little too much credit. I actually feel like my brain has just shut down. Is it really necessary to initiate dialogue multiple times for this? I was expecting the boxes to move a lot faster than they actually did. You know what? Good. Ugh, you know what? I would... What?! Fuck it, I'm done. I was somewhat optimistic going into this, but it started off with a nearly quarter-second input delay on everything, which even after adjusting to it, still wasn't helping. There were some bosses that were, like, kind of interesting, and they did change up some of the mechanics a bit, but the entire experience was just... I can't think of a word other than sleep-inducing. Like, they advertised they were putting these story cutscenes in, and they just went on and on and on and on. Taking 1,000 words to say something that you could say in 100. So, no, I, don't recommend this.